How's it going, Prequel Gang? My name's Kenneth, as you all know. This video is going to be a little bit different from other ones because, first of all, our team doesn't really want to record today, and second of all, we basically decided to start a series off of them. It's not really a new series, it's just part of the PGP where we review movies. It's completely unscripted, obviously. But basically, this series is going to be called Kenneth's Corner because it's my corner on like movies and everything. But basically, I'm reviewing films that our team doesn't want to watch. So like war films, horror films, stuff like that. Darker films, basically. But so yeah, today I'm going to be talking about a newer movie called 1917. If you haven't seen that movie yet, I recommend you, and you don't want to have it spoiled for you, then I recommend you watch the video. Sorry, I can't talk or think today, in case you haven't noticed yet. I recommend you watch the movie before you watch this video. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to spoil it, please click off right now. So 1917 follows the journey of two young soldiers named Tom Blake and Will Schofield. And it takes place over the course of about 12 to 24 hours. We're not really sure because one of the characters is knocked unconscious and he's basically asleep for a few hours. We know that. And he wakes up at about morning, but we're not sure exactly of the times. But anyway, what I really loved about this movie is it's all filmed to look like it's in one cut so that the viewer can really experience what the characters are experiencing. And like that's like it's like only the second film made in modern day to be able to do this, the other one being Birdman, which was also really cleverly put together. But basically it uses scenes where there's darkness or where there's like a transition, like if a character is jumping into water or something. Anywhere where they're able to make a cut, they can. But basically this leaves for longer takes, which is really hard to do as a filmmaker because it means you have less time to account for errors. Like I believe in one scene where there's lots of explosions, they only had enough explosives to do 4 takes. Not to mention, if the takes are 5 minutes long each, you can't do a lot of takes because you have a certain time limit. You have like, I don't know, most movies are made within about a year to 2 years. And they set certain release dates, obviously, and they have to meet that release date or else the movie just is going to be canceled. So that's the thing. If you have 5-minute takes to make a 2-hour movie, then you can't mess up. You have to do everything right. But thankfully, the directors were clever, and they had a ton of walkthroughs before they even started filming. Like, they just basically laid out where everything was going to be, and they had the actors and the cameraman and everything just walk through it. They had everyone just go through the steps over and over again, and which was really good because that way you don't mess up. But another thing that was great about this movie was similar to Dunkirk, which is another war film, but this one takes place during World War II. All the shots were filmed that, like, the camera was always in a place where a soldier would be able to be standing. So it's as if the viewer is in the film. What I'm trying to say is everything you see as a person, like it's as if you're a person in the film. Oh my god, I cannot think. Basically, you see everything at eye level. You see what the characters see. You only know what the characters know, and that's why this movie is like low-key a horror film. It also contains no music, so it's extremely realistic, which is brilliantly done because there wouldn't be any music at the time, and we really don't know what's going to happen. And that's what's great about this film. You never know what's going to happen. Like, watching this film, I was just like, I was covering my ears because I knew I was going to jump at like every gunshot. It doesn't even contain any battle scenes, yet it's so intense, which is brilliant about this film, which is what's brilliant about this film. And you really get attached to the characters because you feel as if they're your friends. They're the only people you can trust, which is probably one of the themes about this film is you can't really trust anyone, because this starts early with one of the characters. Sorry, I should have explained the plot first. Basically, the objective of the two main characters is to deliver a message across enemy territory to a general who's to a commanding officer who's going to attack a German entrenchment, but they don't know it's a trap. And so the general who gives the soldiers the message gives them the advice to make sure there's witnesses there, because he doesn't trust the general. Sorry, I think he's a colonel. It's the guy played by Benedict Cumberbatch. That's all I know. He doesn't trust the commanding officer of the attacking regiment to like not go through with the attack. He thinks he's going to want the attack, so we distrust the people on our own sides, which is brilliant. And then they bring it up again when one of the characters asks the other character, "Why did you even bring me on this mission?" And the other character says, I didn't know what it was going to be," because obviously he didn't. But yeah, that's really great about this film, because we don't know who to trust. And what's great is, in this one scene, it's at night, it's dark. One of the main characters approaches a random person. He doesn't know who he is, and basically the main character's unarmed, so the other person starts shooting at him, and we never know who it is. It could be a good guy, it could be a bad guy, but the thing is, we don't know. And that's what's great about this film. There's so much unknown. And it portrays life at the time during World War I. Like, we see at one scene a mother like trying to live alone with just a child that she found, like, that was probably abandoned by its mother. And they're basically living in a basement in a burning city. And that just really depicts what life was like at that time. It was tough. It was, life was hard. You had to make for yourself, because you're living in a war zone. This was like experimental. None of these soldiers really wanted this. What else is there? Ooh. Oh yeah, let's talk about the set itself. It was absolutely massive, apparently, because each scene takes place in a different location. So the characters never go to the same location twice. So each set has to be individual. So basically, to go through this, the crew had to basically make a scale model of the entire area that this film was taking place in, and then they had to build it in real life, which is extremely difficult because you're building pretty much miles of trenches and destructive buildings and everything. And they barely even used like CGI in this film either. There was two moments they used CGI really. They had like an aerial battle, a little dogfight at one point, and then which obviously had to be CGI because you can't have a plane get shot down in real life, because that puts actors in danger, and we don't want any actors dying while we make a film. But and then the second moment was basically they had one giant tower of light to illuminate one scene, and that giant tower of light was made to look like a burning building with CGI, which was brilliant because it's night, it's going to be dark. So they only had one light source. They had to get creative here. How do they do that? They basically put in a burning building. They made a burning building, which I personally believe was brilliant. Where do we go next? Okay, let's talk about the gore. Let's talk about that. It was brilliant because what most movies try to do is, and by gore I mean like blood and guts and everything. What most movies try to do is they try to like amp it up, like they try to like get people shown getting killed. But what this movie does is it makes us feel like everybody is already dead. And I don't mean to be dark or anything, but what it does, it doesn't show anybody, many people getting killed. It only shows, I think, how many people? Let's see. We have one of the main characters dies. I'll put that out there. And I believe, aside from that, that's the only person we see die. Everything else we just see. Wait, and we see a German soldier get choked to death, but that's not really gore. Everybody else we see is just bodies, which is, I personally think that's great because it doesn't really show people getting killed, which is hard to do in CGI. Like, movies always try to amp it up, but it's not going to look good in CGI because it's not real. But the thing is, you have like such extensive technology with modeling. You can basically like you can do anything to like pretty much a mannequin. You can make it look like a dead body, and that's what's great. We see just so many dead bodies in this film, and oh god, I'm trying. Please don't put this out of context, because now I'm talking about dead bodies. Okay, let's end it here before I talk about any more dead bodies. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this video. Check out 1917. It's a brilliant film. You'll definitely see what I'm talking about. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. We're trying to do daily uploads. I'm not sure if that's going to work, though. But we're definitely pushing because, yeah, like today, this was a compromise, in case you didn't know. Me and Artemi were basically, Artemi didn't want to record, so I was just like, oh, I'll record something on my own. But, yeah. So, yeah, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave suggestions on what you think either me and Artemi should do a PGP on, or just I should do a PGP on, or what you want to see in the channel in the future. But, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep having the high ground. Bye.